Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the P996 Laser, the final unreleased aircraft from the Smuggler's Run updates, which as I'm making this video, will be released into online tomorrow on Tuesday, November 28th. But as you guys can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be discussing why you should not buy this aircraft. So without any further ado, let's get straight into things. So for the first time since the game was first released back in 2013, Rockstar is finally giving us the option to buy and own the P996 Laser in GTA Online. And as I'm sure you guys know, prior to this update, the P996 Laser was only one of two fighter jets that we had in-game, with the other one being the Hydra. And although some players will argue one is better than the other, both fighter jets have their own advantages and disadvantages over one another. But the main issue with the P996 Laser is that you couldn't own it until now. But unfortunately, for a number of reasons, it's let down. For starters, its price. To purchase the P996 Laser, it will cost you $6,500,000 from the Warstock Cash and Carry website. $6.5 million is a lot of money, even for one of the best fighter jets that we have in-game, especially when you consider the fact the Hydra costs just $3 million, and the V65 Molotov, of course released in the Smuggler's Run update, can be bought for just $3,600,000 once you've unlocked its trade price. The P996 Laser doesn't even have a cheaper trade price option. There is just one buy it now price of $6.5 million, making it one of the most expensive vehicles that we have in-game. In fact, in shark card terms, it will cost you roughly $75 of real-life money to afford the Laser, and personally, I don't think it's worth it. Especially when you bear in mind that you can find the jet completely for free at Fort Zancudo. There are always several of them dotted around the military base, so finding one is pretty much guaranteed every time you go there. And as long as you want to hang it in the military base too, stealing one and flying off is extremely easy. But even if you don't own a hangar at the military base, it's not that difficult to steal one either. The issue being that once you've stolen one, you can't take it back to your hangar and store it. You have to buy one if you want to own one. And there are a few advantages to owning one, such as being able to spawn them in around the map. So if you're on the other side of the map and you want one or need one, you haven't got to make your way to the military base just to go and steal one and fly one about. If you own one, you can just open up the interaction menu and spawn one in a matter of seconds. But even then, it's worth bearing in mind, it won't spawn directly in front of you, you'll still have to drive a distance to go and pick it up. And then as for its customizations, whereas most aircrafts released with the Smuggler's Run update offer numerous upgrades to their weapons and design, the P996 Laser only has one changeable customization, that being the respray. So you can't even upgrade the standard customizations like you can on all the other aircrafts in the updates, such as the armor, the engine, and the countermeasures and stuff like that. You can only respray the Laser. Then as far as its weapons are concerned, yes, from standard, it's fitted with an explosive cannon, which are pretty powerful, as I'm sure you guys already know. It only takes a few shots from the cannon to destroy nearly anything in-game, and it's also fitted with missiles too from standard, but these are limited. You can only fire 2 missiles at a time before you have to wait a few seconds before you can fire another 2. This being something which the older aircrafts in-game have, such as the Hydra, the Buzzard attack helicopter and so on, but the newer planes, such as the Molotov, can fire missile after missile continuously without having to wait. But don't get me wrong, the Laser is fast. In fact, it's still one of the fastest jets that we have in-game, despite being the oldest. And in regards to takeoffs and landings, it's also pretty easy to take off and land in fairly small areas. It's not quite on the same level as the Molotov, which can take off and land nearly anywhere, but it's still pretty good, and it's also very agile as well, which is obviously useful when flying in amongst buildings or in dogfight situations. The P996 Laser is a good fighter jet, and it's still one of the best, but unfortunately, it's just too overpriced. $6.5 million is simply too much money for what you get. It wouldn't be so bad if Rockstar gave us an updated version where there are customizations available for it to upgrade the weapons and add more features to it, but to pay $6.5 million for something which is free in the game already, especially when you may buy it and only use it once or twice and never use it again, like many new vehicles and aircrafts from past updates. In fact, there are very few vehicles which I, and I'm sure most of you guys, have possibly spent millions on from past updates. Now maybe if the Laser was half the price it's being listed at, maybe $3 million, then maybe it would be something worth worth getting. But it's worth bearing in mind there is another update just around the corner for GTA Online, which could be released as early as next week, the first week in December. But either way, there is definitely an update coming out at some point next month, so unless you have hundreds of millions of dollars in-game saved up, then it's definitely advised to avoid buying the P996 laser and save your money for the next major update. Anyway, so there we go then guys. With that being said, that's pretty much it then for today's video. I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on the laser. What do you guys think about it and its price? So go ahead and leave a comment. If you guys could also drop a like on this video as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.